Welcome back to Open Studio. I'm Steve Leahy. I know what you're thinking. Like, I haven't been watching someone cut stuff for a half an hour in a whole week. I want that. I want to get in on that. Welcome back. All right, so we are still working on the white here. I say white, but it's really just well, you'll see it. Actually, it is sort of white. It's almost white. It's not like crazy, like super bright white, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're gonna actually get to this pretty quick. There's not too much more of this, even though we ran long last time, which is probably good because we got a lot of it done. Just talking about all the crazy stuff. Okay, yeah, we're definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. Still on the same blade, which is good. We this is what the moving into the second hour. Heading up. No, heading up on the second hour with this blade, and it's still holding up. So that's really good. Like I said, I love Exacto. They just do the job. I did find, or I used like a generic blade like for a short period of time, and it worked pretty well. But ended up not being able to find them anymore, which is par for the course with weird stuff. They tend to disappear. Where Exacto's been around forever, they'll probably be around forever. So I just went back to using Exacto. As far as the different blades, I don't even know if they make them anymore. I always get, I think these are called X Life. I think so. The blue ones. There were all different kinds. There was like a gold one and all that other stuff. That for me doesn't make any difference because it's all about just the very end of that blade. So these blue ones work just as well as the silver ones, and they work just as well as the gold ones. It's how they make the tip. As far as them lasting any longer, again, I put the ends of these knives through a lot, so I'm never going to bash them, and I never really found that one really lasts longer than another in the way that I use them. However, that might not be the case if you use them in the way they maybe intend them to. And as far as the shape of the blade goes, like I've always used number 11 Exactos, this style. So it isn't that, the other knife shapes when they offer a lot of them, it isn't like, those are any better or worse for me. It's just, again, it boils down to if it's not broken, don't fix it. And these type of blades are just what I'm really, really used to using. I've had people offer me, like medical scalpels and all kinds of other stuff, and it's like, well, you know what? I like what I got. It would take time to get used to a new blade, and there's no real need for it, Cause if it ain't fixed, don't break it. That's also true, but you know what I mean. These buildings are pretty light up here, but there aren't too many really bright white ones. Again, because the higher I get towards the horizon, the more atmosphere there is between us, and the buildings out here. So they lose both they lose value. So they lose dark value, and they also lose the bright value as well. They just all kind of smush together in a way. So, but I'll get what I can, and again, anything up here helps to put in the rest of the details. Not too much else going on up here. I mean, there is a lot going on up here, but I mean, as far as the bright white. It's good. Yeah, I don't want to get too far up in here because it's really not very defined up here. It's very, very, like there's a lot of atmosphere perspective. And atmosphere perspective is literally just that. It's how much atmosphere is between you and what's out there. The farther away you go, the bluer. If it's a sunny day, it's why mountains are blue, because you have a lot of that atmosphere between you and the mountains that are far away. And you also lose detail. The value comes down as well. So the same thing happens here, because there's a lot of fog and clouds and what have you. All right, I think is that good? I think so. I think it's going to work. All right. Move this out of the way. Slide this back over. We'll do some white on this, and should be able to do some, I'll definitely be able to do some hand painting, starting the hand painting stuff. All right. Again, like I said before, it's important to line up these templates on any painting, but it's extremely important to make sure they're lined up on a really small painting, like the razor blade paintings or something as complex as this. If it's, if I end up missing, it just means a lot more work later. So again, remember I lined up on this right hand edge and then the bottom edge, so I can see through the cut right there, and I can see through the cut up here too. So I just want to make sure those are both lined up. And then just to be safe, I want to look through all these little openings, make sure I don't see any black, which is going to be important. Like right there, I could just catch it, but that's fine. That's perfect. So I think we're good. It's dark there, but I think I just cut extra out. Did I? Did I? No, I didn't. All right, good. Why is that not lined up? This is why we do it. Because if I go put this in the wrong spot now, I'm just going to have to fix literally everything. It's more over this way, because I think I might have shifted. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking for specific dark areas, like this little strip right here. And I'm making sure those are lined up. Now I'm not essentially as crazy about the edge. Yeah, it is. I must have been off a little bit, which is okay. Rather catch it now than spray that white in and have it be in the wrong spot. That would be blah. That's better. Okay. I moved it like, I don't know. Not even, this side's lined up. That's ended up coming up like a human hair. All right, let's get some white on this. So I am going to use white, but I'm going to just kind of temper it a little bit as I put it on here. Meaning, I won't really try to hit saturation in a lot of it. So for this, it's Createx Opaque White, and I have the reduction 1:1. You can't read that, but it's 1:1. So it's 1 part paint to 1 part 4011 reducer. Let's get this white in. Same exact thing as the black. I'm not shooting for like 100% coverage in the first blast. Just going to kind of hit it and then leave it alone. Let that dry. Now I know it's not going to happen, but wouldn't it be funny if I like banged this painting out in like 10 hours? It like was as long as the razor blade painting. It's not going to happen, but it would be funny if like with this painting, like I've done, like the New York painting was similar in the detail. Boston painting had a lot of detail, but you were closer to the ground, so the buildings were bigger, so there were fewer buildings. Cincinnati, the buildings were farther away, so there was really only to pull out a few buildings. This one's got a lot. But still, I don't have a really great grasp on exactly how long it would take me. Again, really light coats, just kind of putting a little bit on there and then moving away from it. Oh, take that piece out. Not that it super matters, but I cut it out, so I might as well make sure it comes out. Here we go. This little rectangle down here is the pool. So even though that's like that greenish turquoise color, it needs a base of white anyway, so I'm fine. And any of these, if like I'm going by the black and white photograph, you know, a lot of this stuff may not be white or black, right? This just acts as a base for it. I can easily change the color of it while I'm working, and you'll see that happen over and over again. And the same thing even with the black. Like if the black turns out to be like, say one of these black areas turns out blue, like it's just a deep blue, it's really easy to just, you know, kind of paint it that way. Once again, you'll see when I pull this, this is, say it again with me, it's just the roadmap. This is just the roadmap. Just get me to start putting stuff in where it should be, is what it is. Right, as this copy takes on paint and starts to dry, it'll get, you know, get a little bit wavy, so I got to be careful of that because I don't want, you know, I want this to be pretty tight, pretty crisp, and if it's curled up like that, it won't do that. It'll let the paint go underneath. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Does it look like Tokyo yet? Does it look like confetti everywhere? So it looks like a little bit of both. All right, what's next? What's next? Normally I do the sky. Like this is unusual for me to do the foreground first, because usually the sky is very definite. You know, it's like blue and then edge and then city. But this has like this, you know, real soft transition between the clouds and then the you know, the background clouds and then even these foreground clouds. So in this way, the sky, even though obviously it's, you know, farther away, what we can see is actually closer to us than the city. You know, these clouds are literally sitting in between us and what we can see. So they would have to go in after I do all this, which is, again, that's unusual for a cityscape. I've not done one where I've done the background, the sky last. But I think that's probably going to be part of it. You know, I think that's going to work. This looks really well lined up. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. There is some like overspray, but again, I'm going to say it again and again. This is just a roadmap. All right, let's get you guys closer and we'll start digging into this. Okay, welcome to Closer. Yay, okay. Where to start? Well, a good place to start is just right in the corner. Yeah, I mean, when I tell you it's a tractor pull, and there's a lot, I love it. So let's get on this. I think probably the best way to go with this is to just kind of do it. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. There's a lot going on here. So I'm just thinking. So if you would watch the Shelby blade painting, I talk a lot about the edges, how they get damaged. On a painting like this, it's hanging around for a long time, just like the Harley painting, and there is a chance that that, you know, if I finish this section down here and then move up to, you know, another area, that my hand will be on here and I'll scratch it off or wear it off, and I gotta be aware of that. I'm gonna lighten this up a little bit for you too, because you guys are a little bit too dark for what it really is. That's probably better. Okay. But there's no way around it. I could start in the middle, but, you know, and then work out, but I'm still gonna have to mess with it. I think just for sanity's sake, I'm going to start in the bottom corner. Again, what's going to happen is there's so much information. You'll see when you get digging in on this. There's so much information. You know, I need somewhere to start, just take that first step. So I think we're going to do the pool building first. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, we're going to do the pool building first. Okay, so the first part of the pool building is it's green on the top of this building. So we're going to get the green in first. So, I need another copy. Yeah, we have time. After that, after the second episode when I went 36 minutes, I'm like, oh no, keep an eye on the time, Steve. I get carried away. What can I say? Cutting. Oh, here we go. Cutting thingy. I'm gonna put this in the way because you guys to kind of see everything that's going on. So now you get a better, now that you're really close, you can see what's going on there. And like I said, even with this kind of reasonably crappy photocopy, I've got a lot of info on this. Enough definitely to get this started. And then again, if I need additional info, I can go to the digital picture I have of this so I can zoom in on it. Again, I want to be real careful doing that. I don't want to put in stuff that isn't there or that you wouldn't be able to see essentially. So I still have white in the brush, and that's going to help us with this next step. Because again, this is green, and it's going to need something to stand on. Because the gray is, it would just take too much to fight back to get it green from the gray. So we're going to do it with the white. So what I could have done was paint the whole roof, but well. All right, yeah, this blade is starting to show its age. It's just not finishing the cuts the way I need it to, which is okay. We're still going to use it. It's still fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. There's always a decision to be made whether I'm going to cut out a template for something or just paint it in. I flip-flop a lot. Like, for instance, so what you're looking at, the thing I just cut out, try to focus that a little bit better because you're a little bit closer now. There we go. These sections I just cut out, this section here and this section up here too, these are green as well. But those are really small cuts, and I don't want to have to, mess with them and then have them fall out. So I'm going to leave them. Also, because I'm in the ballpark, the roof of this building is also green, which is lovely. So I'll just kind of grab this one now. Now what I'm going to do, because I'm in the area, is look for any other green in this area like this. I don't know what this is, whether it's a little park or what, but it's green here too. So I'm going to cut that out as well. Come on now. Here we go. All right, in that little corner I don't see any more green, so I think I'm good there. It's a road there too. This is good. This is real good. All right, so now let's get this green in. So with the green, I'm going to hit it with white first, and then I'm going to switch to green just to give myself something to stand on. So obviously I'm using that pool to line up. Sure, we are in good shape here. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good. Magnet on that. Got the white in the brush. So I'm just going to hit this really lightly, just to kind of take the curse off that gray. So I'm not going to need much. Again, this whole scene is, all the colors are subdued a little bit because of the overcast day, which is really neat. All right, let me mix up a little green. I think moss green. Yeah, moss green is going to be the way to go with this. I love moss green. So moss green is 0059, and it is a detail color. So a little bit of moss green, and I'll add a little bit of 4050 and reducer to that just to kind of give it a little bit more transparency. Not that it needs it. The moss green is pretty transparent anyway, but I really want this to be transparent. So I'm going to leave all that in. The template, I mean, even though I didn't say it. And I'm just going to respray all this with the moss green. And I'm keeping track of the reference photo so that I can get this to the right saturation level before I pull it. Excellent. Magnet off, and that's excellent. Green. All right. Now, is this lined up? You guys are crazy, crazy close. That's good. Okay. The pool is blue because it looks like a pool liner. Do I want to spray that or do I want to hand paint it? I think I want to spray it because it looks like it's nice and even, and I've already got the cutout for it from the white, so we're just going to spray it. I think that's going to give me a better a better look than if I try to hand paint it. If I try to hand paint it, it doesn't come out right, meaning it's going to be streaky, then that's going to be unfortunate. Where if it takes 5 seconds to put a little bit of paint in the airbrush and know it's going to come out good, then I'll take that bet. I'm going to use a little bit of daylight blue for this because daylight blue is exactly the color that it is. Oh, what's going on over there? Did I get that? We might be able to kill two birds with one stone too. There's another little blue area up above. I don't know if I cut it out though. We'll find out in a second once I get this loaded in. Yeah, daylight blue looks like, can you see that? Daylight blue looks like pool liner blue, so it's perfect for this. Now, before I do this though, did I cut that out? I didn't. It's up here. I think I want to get it anyway. Hold on. Can I see it? Yeah, I can. There's another little blue section up above. It's darker, but it's still blue, so I can get both of them. And again, so we went from roadmap to blocking in. Now what we're doing is we're blocking in. I'm getting the, more specific details, but still, not hyper small details. So I'm just kind of blocking in the big color areas so that I can then go and put in the micro small details after that. So that's the blue. Now this is daylight blue, which is an opaque color from Createx. So even though I'm going to be working on the gray here with this blue up here, it's still going to work for me. Because I don't need a brilliant blue. This blue over here is much more subdued. So why doesn't that line up? The green over there on the roof. Oh, it does. Again, need to take my time. Don't want to rush it. So again, up here, the blue is gonna cover enough over the gray to give me the blue that I'm looking for. Like that. This blue down here again is swimming pool blue, and it's on the white, so this is going to pop right out. And what a blast having this like brilliant light blue in the corner of this painting. It's just going to be good. What I'm going to have to do more than likely is find another spot for this blue somewhere else, even if I make it up, even if I just put it in, because I love having that triangle, so somewhere else in the painting there'll be this blue, this daylight blue. I'll find a place to put it. I'm sure it's already in here, but I'll find it. All right, so that's good. That's good right there. So I've got the gray there. The windows there. How much time do we have left? 4 minutes. Let's put in some windows on this building, and then we should be in a good spot here. So, and here's the other thing too. With these paintings, what I just did there, the blocking in and the roadmap stuff, you could do that everywhere in the entire painting. But I don't like to work that way because, one, it gets too chaotic. I can't keep up with where I'm at. The other way to do it, and which is the way I usually do it, is I will pick like a small area. Like this is probably about like a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. This section I'm working on now, and I will literally finish that, or almost finish that section. It makes it so I don't lose my place, but it's also more entertaining for me. If I spend like 5 hours blocking everything in, I'm going to get bored, and I try not to get bored when I'm working because bad things happen. So, what was I talking about? Doing windows, right? We have 2.5 minutes. Yarp. I can see them in this one. Nice. So this is the black cutout, but I can still see the windows in them. So that's good. I'm gonna cut them out of here. I didn't grab my ruler, but we're gonna do that ruler trick right now. So there's the windows. These bank of windows are what I want here. So what I'm gonna do, there's a cutout here which is dangerous. And do I want to use this template? Do I? Not really. I'm gonna. There's a cutout that's too close to that window. If I did that, then there'd be a good chance that bits would fall out. I don't want that. I have this dark section already cut out, so if I cut out this bank of windows, it's going to cut into that, and then the whole thing's going to fall out, or it's going to be real loose. All right, so I got the ruler. Just line it up in the front of the cut and where the cut's going to end, and once I get it in the right spot so that I can make that, cut, you just start running it across. And you make multiple cuts. So I go, like I'm trying not to this blade is just about done. Wow. I can feel it. I don't know if I'll be able to pull this off with this blade. Because what happens is if the blade's not cutting really cleanly to do this thing I'm doing right here, it'll just start ripping the paper, and I don't want that. So we're going to cut our losses. Instead of, how much time do we have? Just about a minute. Oy. We're just going to paint the other two in. Okay. So line this up real quick. I don't have black in the brush. Okay. It's all right. It's all good. That's lovely right there. What do I got in here? Daylight blue. We'll throw some, it's going to be white. Throw some black in this one. Just got to get it started. We are going to run a couple minutes over on this one just because I want to get those windows in to show you how it works. So I've got the little cutout there on the line. Just want to spray that real quick. Pull that, and that should be in the right spot. Yep, it's lovely. Okay, so that's the first window. The second window, I don't have the palette cam set up. I'll get that set up for the next episode for next week. But we're going to pick it up right in this area. So I'll get the windows in, we'll do some scratching. It'll be a lot of fun, trust me. All right, so thank you all for joining me again for this open studio. If you are so inclined, please hit that like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you'd like to take it one step further, you're more than welcome to be a member around here. You get special perks like special icons and pretty colored names and discounts on stuff on the website and all kinds of good stuff. And I appreciate all you guys for doing that. All right, so for Steve Leahy and Through Lachlan's Eyes, I will catch you guys next week. Thanks a lot.